Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was at a certain point looking to knock out my midweek. My brother has the day off and he mentioned, like, I bet it's ending soon. And I went and looked and there were 6 hours left and I hadn't done anything with it. So I gave it a try and it is the weirdest kind of match where it's just pure randomness. I mean, there is some strategy to it, but I don't know. In a way, I'm not even sure I care for the play style. But ultimately, you don't get any creature cards, and you creatures at random. My brother did kind of look over my shoulder during the first match and noticed that they are all like nice cards. They're all mythics and rares. So whenever this creature deals combat damage to a creature, that creature becomes a copy of this creature. Which really limits the ability for them to defend, because I don't know, that's odd. I mean, yeah. Ultimately, I haven't seen basically any of these cards. I'm going to end my turn without spending my mana. He didn't spend his first mana. In some ways, it is about being able to maintain cards in your hand, because in order to keep casting, you have to be able to keep discarding. And since there is no... Oh yeah, he just... Double strike. This creature enters with two -1/-1 counters on it if you cast it from your hand. Since he didn't cast it, it came out as a 4/3, which is huge. Yeah, that's from the Duskmourn set. Patched Plaything. At this point, I can spend 3 to discard 1 and get just another random card. And at this point, it doesn't even make sense for me to... It does make sense for me to attack with it. Because if he defends and kills it, he'll become a 1/3. Or not. I guess I had to deal damage to him. And since it was a token, I can't really look to see what it was. But yeah, this is going to be a really fast game. In fact, I'm not really sure I like this playstyle because, yeah, I'm just randomly... Now I got a 3/2 that has prowess, but I can't cast any spells, so he's useless. When it enters, return target enchantment from your graveyard to your hand, and like going back to useless on every level. Other than he's a random 3/2 that I can use as a defender. But until I can get something that has more than 5 health, I can't get around his Patched Plaything. I can keep the 1 damage set from coming through. And it's not even like the... Ah, shit. Well. My bad, no attacks. But I probably should just concede. Because it's not even really like I'm playing cards and working my objectives. I guess I am attacking and could be killing and doing things like that. But it's over. Just call it good. I'll give one more try because I don't know. I'm supposed to be able to get 3 wins, and more than once I've been frustrated with the midweeks where it's just like, this is going nowhere. This is just like, there's no strategy, or in some ways there is a strategy. If you don't discard early and you play late, you can potentially have more cards in your hand. With that being said, I can play and just get into random card draw and win the game through just sheer RNG. I don't see why... Yeah. This style of gameplay does not seem to really make sense to me. I didn't realize this... Yeah, this isn't actually a rare. This is just a common. But I'll be able to mount it for 3. And now it'll get a 1, 2. I definitely... Bright Field Glider. Ran this in a couple of my Ether Drift drafts. Vigilance. This creature enters with 3 +1/1 counters on it. So I think I'm going to just try and go over them again. I have a 2/1 first strike, which is nice. So yeah, I mean, it's just really based on RNG. A Mentor. Whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 on target attacking creature with lesser power. Another flyer is huge at this point. And I'm not going to attack with my... What does this 3/3 do? Whenever you draw your second card each turn, it gets a +1/+1 counter. With my first strike on the board, that really can put a damper in his... day. At this point, I'm going to save because I have no card draw. Oh! I wanted to attack with my other flyer, but at this point it's over. The 2/4, he can keep basically pushing 3 damage through. You may attach any number of equipments you control to target creature. He has no equipments. So... it is really RNG based. Whenever one or more training, whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And this one is whenever you draw your... That's problematic for me. Because I can't push through enough. We'll see. They're going back like, we'll see what I get randomly for a 6 casting cost card. I get a 4/4. But I'm only getting 4 damage out, and he's going to be getting a lot more than that through. And Aerith has Vigilance. Which means if he all-out attacks, that basically, and yeah, you know, it's a 5/5 flyer. That's game. Just reading the card like, what is it supposed to do? Oh yeah, that's absolutely game. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell. No blocks. So yeah, I don't know. Going back to, it isn't really, I find an interesting style of play, or yeah, there's And in order to actually just grind through that, I mean, you could spend hours just trying to flip the coin, and all you're gonna do is eventually either make it or get frustrated. I don't. Yeah, see why that kind of game exists. But in order to actually get my achievement, in order to work, because I can get a free card out of the deal, I can get the free aesthetic out of the deal. And they try to provide incentive to do it, but most of the midweeks I do actually find to not be, excuse me, worth it. I will just try to knock out. I did get my one win for the day. I wanted to make sure I kind of knew what I was up to before I recorded one of the matches, as opposed to doing 100% of my live learning floundering. Alchemy ranked, landfall. What was my main objective? I need to play lands. So I guess I was working towards that main objective. Play. Recently played Alchemy Ring. And this should work wonderfully for getting me to the end of my lands, and then I'll just call it good. And hopefully it's a pretty quick game. Turtle mentality. Take it slow. I like Iroh. I'm not a terrible fan, but I mean, I have Tifa, I have the Earthbender Ascension, I have ability to protect Tifa. I don't think they'll be able to kill her playing white unless I attack, so I should be able to make it. Oh, there's black. The Moonlight Percussionist, eerie. Spend one. Place it. At this point, I'm not going to attack. Kind of hoping to be able to get one more round out of it. Because with the overprotect and the evolving wilds, I should just basically be able to push it, but he's going to know where to run her. And I didn't leave the mana to protect, which is what I definitely should have done. Terra Symbiosis. I don't necessarily have a lot of options at this point for what to do, other than just... And I'll push for the attack. Keep the speed of the game up at least. Because I don't have anything that can bring me counters at the moment, so Terra Symbiosis doesn't do me a lot of good. I was looking at this for my enchantment creatures. Once during each of your turn, you may cast a permanent spell from among non-aura, non-creature permanent cards in your graveyard. So that really only works for things like Nowhere to Run. If I destroy this enchantment, it's going to go into his graveyard and he can bring it back as a creature. Because it's a non-aura, non-creature permanent. Sheltered by Ghosts. My Earthbender Ascension. And yeah, I mean, at a certain point, there's not a lot I can do here. And he has too many cards? No. Whenever you cast it, conjure a duplicate, discard it at the beginning of your next upkeep. So he has conjured one and he wasn't able to spend it, so he had to discard it. Eerie decks, in a way I maybe should look at an Eerie deck or changing my enchantment creature into an Eerie deck. No more Terra Symbiosis. Yeah, and at this point, I am... Let's go and push. Doesn't do me any good in a way not to just try and make this as fast as possible. Fear of ridicule. No, wait, no real surprises there. Going back to what I was saying, I wonder about making my Fear of Ridicule deck, or I was looking at that card for my Fear of Ridicule deck. And there's no wipe all card, I should just good game him and bail. Because there's no card here that's going to save me. But yeah. Good game. I did pretty nice deck, or Eerie playing enchantments. That's an interesting way to go. I should, yeah. Look at maybe reviving or revamping my Fear of Ridicule deck a little. But either way, yeah, got my daily knocked out, and going to call it. Look forward to doing some more Magic in the future.